And here we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports. If you haven't hit the subscribe button already, please do hit that subscribe button. We need your subscriptions and your support. And when you subscribe to your channel, what do you get for subscribing? Well, opportunities like this to get on and have your say in a live show. When you hit that subscribe button, then automatically when this show goes live, you're able to know about it and you'll get an email in your inbox. If you hit the notification button next to it, of course, you'll know every single time we go live or the next interview is uploaded. So anything that happens on this channel, you'll know about it before the person who hasn't subscribed. The person who doesn't subscribe, they don't know when a live show is. And then I have to keep coming back to the channel, check and see when things are. So they'll miss out on all the live shows. So you get opportunity to do live shows. The other thing is, you never know who might be on the next live show. So, and we're working on something pretty big at the moment. So let's, hit the subscribe button. It's a good thing to do, and it's free. So, okay. Second thing I need to say is, if you're not a part of BWTM Sports Group, what do you do? If you're on Facebook and you're not on BWTM Sports Group, what are you doing? So check it out, BWTM Sports Channel Group or BWTM Sports Channel. Either way, get yourself in there. Shout out to the very new members in the room. Thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. The fact that you took the time to come off YouTube to get onto the BWTM Sports Channel Group and post your videos in there. Fantastic, great stuff. So I'm going to start doing some special videos inside of there just for you guys and girls. Yep, your subscriptions. Again, thank you so much. We are now over the 5,000 subscriber mark, which is fantastic. And we want to thank you for that. So thank you. We really do appreciate you. And I really do mean it. We do appreciate you. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Masterclass incoming. Reese Cartwright Beast. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know that. All right. So the preview. Huey Fury or Sam Sexton, the champion, the British champion. Let's not forget that. Versus Huey Fury, the cousin of Tyson Fury, the son of Peter Fury. So I think I can start this preview a little differently because I do have some form of connection to both Peter and Huey. I remember interviewing Huey the night before he fought in Canada, his first professional fight. All those years ago, we interviewed Huey Fury and his first ever bout as a pro. When he's out in Canada, we were in the hotel room at the time. I was talking about him, what he likes, his career, what he wants to do as a boxer, and I've spoken to him more recently, as you know, and that got quite a few views, and we appreciate your viewing on that. It's nice to see someone like Huey Fury actually coming out the shadow of his cousin Tyson and getting the opportunity to be on his own platform and do his thing. I think Huey has been harshly criticized by many. We know he had medical issues with the skin, and that was a problem, and he was getting lethargic, and we saw it in the Fred Cassie fight as well. And Team Fury got the problem sorted out in the end. But it was I don't know how many years it was, or a year out since he fought Fred Cassie to when he fought Parker. And that's a big jump from Fred Cassie to Parker. So first of all, the young man needs to be given credit for jumping in the ring against Joseph Parker. And I actually thought he won the fight against Joseph Parker. And I told Joseph to his face in the interview that I thought Huey beat him. People think that Joseph Parker beat him. This is not what this debate is about. But still, I think Huey did a very good job against Joseph Parker. And if you compare that to the fight that Joshua had against Parker, I thought Huey looked better. Albeit, Joshua got the win and Huey didn't, I think that loss again is questionable, and it will rage debate one way and another. Some people will say that Huey did win it. Others will say Parker did it. Some will say Huey didn't snatch the title out of Parker's hands. I say no, maybe you're correct there. Didn't throw enough right hands. Yeah, I think you agree with that as well. But maybe he felt that he was so far ahead in the points that he didn't have to do all that. Maybe. But never. I think he'd ever been 12 rounds as well. So it's to do the 12 rounds against Parker. I'd like to see him have done 12 rounds and then fight Parker, because then he would have known he could do the 12 rounds. So, Hugh answered a lot of questions, but ultimately Parker went on with his WBA title, and now Joshua has that in his hands. So we move on from that. Now, this fight, a lot of people think it's a foregone conclusion that Hughie has to do is turn up and he'll win the fight. Well, in that case, why is he in training camp? And why have I had access to be in camp to watch him doing all the training that he's been doing? Let me tell you something. And this is from a personal opinion and standpoint. Peter Fury will not allow Huey to cut any corners in training. None. None. I mean, some of the stuff you may not have seen on camera, but there was stuff I seen. And Huey and Peter is meticulous. I mean, right down to the finest point he is. There are moments that I wish I was recording Peter, that obviously we couldn't, but I wish I was recording me. You could listen to some of the genius and some of the ideas and philosophies you have about boxing. It was like just sitting in a room with a philosopher at times. You just be, I don't know, like I'd be in the room just looking at all the other boxers doing what they're doing. And the next minute, he'd start talking about something in boxing that you think about, but you wouldn't really take it in so deeply. And if he'd say it, that he was, well, I gave the example about why the left hand, why I always said, why is that left hand so low? Why do all your fighters have that left hand low? And when he explained it to me, I was like, okay, I see that. I understand that. And use the basketball analogy, as we know, the vision and everything. And it was just great just listening to him speak and watch him in the corner up close with each fighter going in, from Pete McDonough for then Savannah Marshall, Ty Mitchell. It was great to meet Arthur and Iqbal as well. Great guy, real good style he's got about him. He's going to be a real threat, Arthur and Iqbal, as long as he, as long as he keeps his head on his shoulders, the young man, he's going to be a real dangerous individual. So this fight, there's no doubt that Hughie Fury is going to come into this fight in, hate to say it, he'll probably be in the best shape of his life. I mean, I say that, and a lot of people are going to say, oh, yeah, but he probably is going to come in the best shape of his life, because he knows he can do the 12 rounds now. That's done. So he knows he can do 12 rounds. I think, and because of what happened in that Parker fight, that's going to make him even more determined to give that extra amount. Now, I remember when I had the camera on Huey and I interviewed him and I did a video. There's a video that did not get recorded. For whatever reason, it did not record. But when I sat and spoke with him, the passion that young man had, when I was talking to him was incredible, in terms of him wanting to not only win against Sexton, but to do well against Sexton, and to then go forward and want to be one of the best heavyweights in the world. That, for me, just listening to him, and in all the times I've spoken to Hughie Fury, there was never that inner passion and desire that when speaking to him then, there was a real grit between the teeth and a real I want to do something here. I want to do something special here. He may have wanted to do it before, but it all seems sort of like very languid and very, yeah, I'm going to do well. I'll do this and then just. But he really seems to have come into his own personality, his own man almost now. I don't think, he's that young boy anymore. He has really become a man, and there's a difference. And I think that this Parker fight really has turned him from boy to man. I really do. And of course, now the departure of Tyson Fury from the camp, I think that will also give Hughie his own platform now to really not be in the shadow of Tyson, but to come out and be his own man and have his own viewpoints. Not that he didn't before, but now he's really got, the microscopes on him now after that fight against Parker. The microscopes on him. And with David Haye gone now, Belly's saying he might cut out soon as well. Dillian White, he might have Luis Ortiz or Pulev. Joshua is the number one at the moment. But then you look at what Parker did against Joshua and you think, well, if that's what Parker can do, Hughie with footwork, movement, better jab, movement is what the thing is that will give Joshua problems, movement. And Fury's got a lot of it. But there's a lot of things that Hughie's going to have to do before that Joshua fight to convince the British public that he will be able to put on the performance necessary to dethrone Joshua, putting punches together more, engaging more. I think people felt that Hughie didn't engage as much as he should have done. Now, for me, I don't think it's physical. I think Hughie's got as good a jab as anybody in world boxing today. He's got one of the best jabs, I feel, in world boxing today. But I don't think it's physical with Hughie Fury. I really don't. I think he hits pretty hard. And I've talked to people who've actually sparred with him and say, yeah, he does hit hard. Of course, people will dispute that, but we'll see. I think for me, with Hughie Fury, it's a mental thing. I think, I want to see how he handles Sam Sexton going at him. How does he respond to that this time? Because when Parker went at him the way he did, was that a mental thing that he shut down and he got clipped with a shot and he didn't want to get hurt? So he thought, you know what? I don't want to get hurt. I'll get on my bike. Was it that which made him not want to engage? Was that the reason why he didn't engage? Was the reason why he didn't engage as much? I don't know. Was it the fact that he had the illness and then he come back and then, he wasn't so sure of himself? I don't know. But I do know this. He's going to be trying his best, his level best, to really do a number on Sam Sexton. He's going to want to go out and do a number on Sam Sexton. I am so sure of. For me, I'd like to see Hughie using the jab, put his punches together. He can still look devastating. He can still look good. But trying to prove a point to the public while trying to become British champion, I don't know. I'd like to see him get behind his jab, box, use his abilities, sit down on his punches, and meet Sam Sexton in the middle of the ring and actually, put it on Sam Sexton as opposed to Sam Sexton putting it on him. If Hughie were to go out and to stop Sexton inside the first 4 or 5 rounds, that would be an impressive performance and it would take him to that next level. Of course, people would say, would he fight Joe Joyce? That's a question that people would ask if Hughie were to beat Sam Sexton, and it's how he beat Sam Sexton. I think we're going to see a much better Hughie Fury in this next fight. I really do. I don't think we're going to see the same as we saw against Joseph Parker fight. I think we'll see a lot more. Let's see what people are saying in the room. Okay. Out of all the media, I think Ingram has the best relationship with Peter. Peter feels more comfortable around him. I hope so. It'd be nice to know that. Hughie, Mikey said, Hughie was winning so easy, he may have admired his work a bit, with the conviction he'd have made it even wider than it was. Peter, Fury, and Jose Mourinho, my two favorite sports coaches. What do you make? What do you make? What do you make Hughie going to duck Joe Joyce when he beats the tomato can Sexton? Peter said it in an interview today. I think well, it depends how Peter said what he said. He may have said they won't fight Joe Joyce, but the next fight might be lined up to fight for the European Championship. Makes sense to me. Is Arthur Iqbal good? Yeah, he is good. He's a switch hitter, carries good power, good pop, good boxing style, evasive, nice. Like him. It was expected, in my opinion. No way Huey Joyce happens. Huey will swerve that, says Nathan. Iqbal is very good. He smashed Wadi Kamachi in 4 rounds. Iqbal's on Matchroom card in Newcastle against Viali next. Yeah, Simon Viali. I think Iqbal says he's going to smash him to bits. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, good fight. Viali is good too. Ducked White, Joshua, and now Joyce. Well, I don't know if ducking White. I think he was sick when that White fight came about. The Joshua thing, well, we know that it was peanuts. He was being offered to fight Joshua and Joyce. I don't know about that yet. Well, we can't even talk about Joyce yet because he ain't beaten Sexton yet. And if you don't beat Sexton, there's no point in fighting Joyce, is there? So really, a conversation about Joe Joyce shouldn't even be mentioned. Shouldn't even be considered because you need to get the job done against Sam Sexton. So at this minute in time, the mindset is Sam Sexton, win the British title. That's what's important. He's going to struggle against the bigger punches, in my opinion, says so. Okay. Iqbal pulled out last time, was supposed to have fought violently a while back. Okay. Joyce will be a handful for most, in my opinion. Just depends on his chin. Hayes out of the picture. Joyce has to set himself now. It's time for Huey to do the same thing. Needs to be more convincing and make a statement over Sexton, who's very limited. Okay. They agree he should beat Sexton with ease. Watch out for our fan. Liam Cameron, strong opponent for Reese. Could be a bit late notice though. He fights next week in Bolton, doesn't he? Fights this weekend actually. This Saturday in Bolton, May 12th. Huey Fury versus Sam Sexton. It will be at the Bolton Arena. I have to say once again, thank you to Team Fury, particularly to Peter Fury, for having me for the 2 days there in camp with Team Fury. It was an absolute pleasure to be there, to meet the whole camp, Ty Mitchell, Savannah Marshall, Huey himself, Peter. A really, really, really tight-knit team. And it was just great to follow Huey around and Peter around in the day-to-day movements of how things go. Really, really gave me a different sort of look of things. And I guess you saw, if you want to see how that all panned out, check it out. This is it. Team Fury, the behind the scenes Team Fury. So this is it. I will add it at the end of this video so you can check it out and have a look at it yourself. And I will obviously be asking Peter his thoughts on the video and the mini doc and many other things as well. He did try and call me tonight, try to text me tonight, but unfortunately my battery was low. And I had my battery on was low first, and the second thing was it was on silent, so I missed him. So I'll try and get to talk to Peter tomorrow. Ingram, who has no chance to get blown away by Joshua. Well, okay. He has no chance of fighting Joshua without fighting well-level guys, excluding Parker. Joshua blow him away. I don't know about that. I don't know. He didn't blow Parker away, and Parker's not got half the boxing skill that Huey Fury's got. So I'm not sure how you get to the point that Joshua's going to blow him away. He may beat him, or he may overpower him, but you know, Joshua doesn't seem to do well against movers, and it was the same sort of thing people said about Golovkin. Golovkin will blow away Jacobs, he'll blow away Canelo. But this sport is a science. It's not about being big and just being strong. There's a science behind the sport. And for you to land concussive punches like that, you've got to have the guy standing in front of you. And Hughie, we know, can move, and he's got his own good jab, and he throws punches back as well. So this stuff about blowing guys away at that level, I don't see. Personally, I respectfully disagree with you on that point. I'm not saying that Joshua wouldn't beat Hughie Fury. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that I just don't see this blow-away business. I'm not for against Hughie Fury. I don't think so, because I think he's got a good jab. He's got good footwork. The first world youth amateur champion. You don't win world youth amateur championships and a gold medal if you can't box. And you know, Hughie's moving from boy strength to man strength. So I think a lot of you know, I rate his skills highly. Reverend Pickle says, I agree 100%. Mental thing, confidence, bring out the guns. Cornish is a nobody. What's his best win? He's the British champion. And it's that sort of complacency that I hope Team Fury do not have. Cornish is a professional. He'll come in shape. He'll come ready. He'll come prepared. And he'll be a determined man now because he's British champion. So he'll be a bit better. And this is boxing. This is boxing. And you can't disrespect a fighter. Who's he fought? Who's he beat? Well, if he beats Hughie Fury, then he would have beaten Hughie Fury. So Sam Sexton needs to be respected. He's got a good training, Graham Everett. He needs to be respected. Ty Mitchell's record, I'm not sure. I think he's 7-0, I think, or 4-0, something like that. Good fighter, very nice as well. Glad he beat Cox. I'm here too. Don't be, let's see. Don't be dissing Highlander, top lad. Don't agree, Mark. He's too sharp to get blown up by Roboshu. Roboshua. Thank you. There you go, Reverend. Hugh should break him up first. Maybe jab downstairs, slow him down, make him miss, and make him pay with power shots. Hugo Joyce can be great. Can't see it happening, though. Hughie has the power, just doesn't show it on the back foot moving. It's that simple. Nathan says, yeah, that's true. Nah, not a chance. Joshua's far better boxing than he gets credit for. Is he? Or maybe I think Joshua's given far too much credit for you know, I think he's a good boxer. He's good. But I think he's got too much is added to him that isn't there. He doesn't do well against movers. He was meant to blow Parker away. He didn't blow Parker away. He was meant to blow Takam away. Didn't blow Takam away. Povetkin knocked out Takam. And Joshua, you know, needed a referee to stop the fight. It is what it is. So, you know, I think Joshua's a good fighter, but I'm not in the I'm not carried away by the hype. I always thought Huey and Joe were actually friends. Pete always talks highly of Joe Joyce. Yeah. Respectful, isn't it? Yeah, Joe and Huey are similar in a lot of ways. Both seem really nice guys. Mickey says, pretty sure we all agree that Huey will beat Sexton, though it's always a bit daft to overlook a fighter. If he does, though, what do you think Hughie's next step would be after Sexton? Not sure. Not sure. We'll have to see how he does against Sexton. I mean, if he beats Sexton by half a point, or, you know, it's some clash of heads, or it's an unconvincing win, we may see Sexton Fury 2. We don't want to be seeing that. What makes you believe Hughie's got power? Of course he's got power. Joe Joyce has been sparring with the Furies long before David Hay was on the scene. Hundreds, if not thousands, rounds sparred. Cable for European is possible. Reckon Joyce may do that. Joe dealt with Thomas well. I didn't expect to KO that quickly. Took it to him. Didn't he? Watched it today, but I think because we're on the subject of Joe Joyce. I said it in the preview of the Joe Joyce and Thomas fight. I said they're talking about taking him late and taking him out to drown and all this stuff. I said, well, mate, you're gonna have to get through the first 6 rounds. Not sure why my other account is blocked. Is Nightblock still going? Like, I think it is. Cabal has a Mando which has been ordered, so the belt is tied up. Cameron says, let's be honest, Joyce showed us how poor Dave Allen is at the weekend. Thomas is poor. Nathan says, yeah, but I think down the line, Caballero will be a target. He's decent as well. No one wants to fight Joyce because of Sophie Fartson's record. I agree. Big up Peter McDonough. Absolute gent he is and a funny guy. Thomas is domestic level. Would be good to see him versus guys like Gorman and Webb. What happened between Tyson and Peter? Heard Peter bumped him out of his Klitschko purse. Don't know, don't care. Is Reese Cartwright fighting Commonwealth title? Don't know. I'll ask Liam. Dubois versus Little Next. That's nice to know. Huey will give AJ a good fight, good jab, good movement. He can switch the angles. I think so. Tom Little, yep, great. Dave Allen was given an opportunity the first time round and didn't train properly. He's a funny guy. Had the chance. Don't know why he gets sympathy. May sound a bit harsh, but it's my opinion. You think Ty Mitchell's win? I think Ty Mitchell's record is 4 wins, 2 losses. I don't think so. Could be wrong. Allen is a prospect who's been thrown in deep in twice, limited amateur experience and learning on the job. Still too young. I'm backing him all the way. I did say this about. I think I remember saying this to Dave a few times about what I can see them doing to him, throwing him in the deep end and then use him as a genuine fighter. That's what I said I was scared of happening to him. Yeah, he beats Dave Howe the other night, 4th round. Howe needs his license revoked. Why? Oh, why did he fight Howe again? Did he knock Howe out? And Sky Ingram, you just said he was quality because he won the gold, the World Youth Championship. Yet you don't give Joshua credit for winning an Olympic gold medal. I've always said it. I'll say it before. I'll say it again. Audley Harrison, no matter where you were in the world, Audley Harrison would have won that Olympic gold medal. No matter where James DeGale was in the world, James DeGale would have won that that Olympic title. Could you say the same for Anthony Joshua? In that first round, if Joshua had been in America, if Joshua had been in Canada, if Joshua had been in Brazil, if Joshua had been in Australia, would he have got the decision? That, I don't know. So there was no doubt Hughie won the gold. There was no doubt that DeGale won the gold. There was no doubt that Harrison won the gold. Right? But there was some doubt about Joshua's gold. It is what it is. Yeah, people criticize Dubois and Yard for being protected, so you can't win either. I know. Yeah, Ingram, discuss Dubois versus Little. I think if Little can negate Dubois' right hand, he can win. If you have to negate that right hand. I'm not sure if you can. You can have to. Cameron Gillen, Reverend says, I agree with what you're saying about Dave Allen. I kept my eye on him for a while he was eating KFC. I was running with a 62-year-old man in the snow at I-pit top. No excuses. They turned down Tom Little for Gorman. Okay. Ty Mitchell killed someone on the street. Okay. Eddie Hearn took advantage of Dave Allen. If he really cared about him and wanted to get potential, he wouldn't have allowed the Ortiz fight to happen. That was shambles. Nope. That Cuban school Joshua. Sporting again, Ingram. DDD 6 months younger than Gorman. Gorman is ranked higher, ranked, has a WBC belt. Fair play to beat Francis Warren fighter, who was a cruiserweight. But Gorman beats Dubois easily for me. I was at it. Do you watch boxing? No, never watched boxing in my life, Mark. Cameron going, Eddie wants money. He doesn't give a monkey's about fighters. He's a fake person injured. Hearn is a promoter. What do you expect? It's all about money, says Nathan. Nathan, put Kelly with GG, etc. Is this a new camera, Ingram? Quality seems 100% better, to be honest. Yes, a bit late to the show, but yes, this camera's been out a few days, and we're just telling people about the studio that we're in now, or we're about to go into. I'll just give you a little. It's already out there. If you go to BWTM News, you'll see we did the studio. But I'll give you you guys a little taste of what's going on. Okay, that's just a little bit to show you. That's the lighting, and yep, that's it. And there's the green screen. So yeah, that's the studio we are building at the moment. So there for BWTM. So tell you soon, and very soon, we're going to be looking the part. Telling you. Good big win for Jason Wilburn over on Tommy Langford. Good. Eddie was a fool for mocking Ingram about gossip nonsense. He's a mark who'd sell his own man for pound out. Yeah, you can mock all he wants. As far as I'm concerned, I built where I am from the ground up. Nobody gave me any handouts. That's all I'm saying. William Cameron versus Jason Welburn. Good now. If Huey don't stop Sexton, what's the excuse going to be? Still waiting for his man strength. He'll stop Sexton. He'll stop Sexton. And I hope when he stops Sexton that you give him some juice. He'll stop Sexton, I think. I wonder how much Sky will be throwing at boxing when Disney take over BT. It's killing them on football now. Yeah, it is, isn't it? They lost the Champions League. I think they've lost the Liga now. I'll do a video on it. I'll do a video on Sky and that as well. So yeah. So my thoughts, from my personal opinion, I think we're going to have Sky was better back in the day with Watt, Big Glenn, etc. All cheerleaders now. Shea stops him with a body shot. Log it. I think he's going to stop him. I think he's going to be a very impressive performance as well. Nathan, you're right. That's the name of the game. But what then? More money, and then what? Do you think boxing is Eddie Hearn's hobby? I don't know about that. I don't know. Don't know. And while we're here, I'm doing the Sam Sexton Huey Fury preview show. The production is top notch, but the constant bias is boring now. Yeah, well, it's what it is, isn't it? I mean, okay, right. So while I'm here, do you think Fury has been overprotected? No, I don't. No, I don't think he's been overprotected. I think he was ill. I think it was quite clear he was ill. And you know the other thing, I think why I sympathize with Hughie Fury so much, because I've been a sufferer of chronic fatigue syndrome. That is something that saps your whole energy from you, fatigues you, you're tired, and it's something where your body is fighting itself. It's like having your body, you get up, your body's in pain all day, and you're tired, you can't do anything. So I sympathize with Hughie so much so, because that stuff, when you have an illness like that, those who feel know. Yeah, it wasn't nice. Hughie is very talented. It's not biased, it's his opinion. LOL. Cameron, can he stop him with a headshot? He's only 23, remember. What's your thoughts on Malinagi's commentary? I like Malinagi. I've always liked Malinagi. Hughie's a great lad. But you see, Malinagi looks like a superstar because the other people around him are so biased. That's why Malinagi looks so great. Malinagi looks great, a bunch of people who are just not doing things, not doing things in the best interest of boxing. That's why Malignaggi looks great. When you stick Malignaggi in a room with other guys, now personally, I prefer Kevin Kelly. If you're going to ask me between commentary between Malignaggi and Kevin Kelly, I prefer Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly will give you some technical stuff. Like I heard him breaking down, was it the Golovkin fight on the Golovkin bill? But Kevin Kelly breaks a fight down, and I like to listen to Kevin Kelly more. I like Malignaggi, got nothing wrong with Malignaggi. He speaks the truth, but I like Kevin Kelly more. Hughie had 2 good breaks now, and I think he will win a world title. I think it will be a long time, maybe. Him and Tyson will share on the clicks. Thoughts on Adam Smith's commentary? Is what it is. I met Johnny, nice guy, but he's a company man. Nice to know. They kicked McCrory and Ed Robinson to the curb. Damn shame. I spent an evening with McCrory, and it was a wonderful evening I spent with that man. We had a great conversation. We talked about so many things. In fact, I need to give Glenn a call and see how he's doing now that I'm back in the UK. I do need to give him a call, see how he is. So I'll do that. Malignaggi would stop Sugar Ray Leonard. Yeah, of course. You say AJ did legitimately win his gold. Well, did he legitimately win his silver at the World Amateurs? Well, let me ask you a question, Copendo 9. You pick sense from nonsense. Do the British public celebrate Anthony Joshua for his silver medal at the World Amateur Championships, or do they celebrate him for his gold medal? You tell me. Cameron could be world champion. His trainer is doing an outstanding job. The last fight was a mismatch. Big step up. Adam Smith is awful. The Alan Partridge of boxing. McCrory was good for sure. 2 real for Sky. Kevin Kelly did GG versus Jacobs. Yeah, he did, but he did commentate Saturday night as well. He was commentating Saturday night. I'm sure he commentated Saturday night. Yeah, he was commentating on Cecilia Brækhus versus Reese, because I had it on, the volume was low, and then I went back and to replay it, and I listened to it, and it was Kevin Kelly was doing the commentary for it. I think Adam Smith needs to do audiobooks with Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois. I watch a lot of fights on Showtime, and I think Malignaggi's top class. He has no agendas. Yeah, I like Malignaggi. Glenn McCrory is certainly better than Froch and Nelson. Glenn McCrory does superb in the BKB World TV Cinema events. What happened to Ed Robinson? He's kicked out of Sky. I don't know. Froch is a total yes man, worst commentator going about. Great fighter, but indeed agree as a pundit. Smith is a good commentator. He's just biased, but his passion is good. But the cheerleading ruins it. Well, bless you. I have to go. Nice talking. Stay lucky, everyone, and enjoy the sun while it lasts. Thanks, Ingram. And Sky. Yeah, take care, Reverend. On Sky, they're all yes men. Yes to Alan Smith. Glenn McCrory needs to go back on Sky or Box Nation. Great pundit. Barry Jones, my old gym mate, Barry Jones. Got a lot of love for Barry. And stay humble. Absolutely. Look at Bellew Hayes after match. The whole bias. They're all mates. Of course they are. I don't know how that's not biased, having your mates there, but it is what it is. If Sky want to keep doing those things, they've lost the Champions League. They've lost, La Liga, and I don't know. Where does it all end? Where does it all end? You tell me. Where does it all end? Because I don't know how long they can keep that gig going. AJ and Price love Big Tony. Darren Barker's the yes man too. Darren Barker's the worst. Don't you think that B10 Sky fighters could do once a year, every night, every week pay-per-view on the same, both same price. Interesting. Barry Jones is good, yeah. Matthew Macklin is a real one. I like Matthew. I like Macklin. Jones is good as well. But I don't know. I like Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly is great. I think they need to. I honestly think they need to have some trainers in breaking it down. SmackDown versus Raw AA wouldn't surprise me if they did that way. Went that way. Dan Barker don't know anything about boxing, despite being a former boxer. They were made to give up the Champions League to make the market more competitive. Price on punditry, LOL. Such a farce. Well, now what? So they've made to they've priced. So Mark, they've been made to give up the La Liga as well, is it? Or they got done by 11 Sports, from what I understand. At least he got a suit, a theme this time. Was thinking more like the darts. Definitely means that Hearn couldn't say it wouldn't work. Often can be the way. Look at Carl Froch, awesome fighter. On comms, not so much. Ron McIntosh, legend. I love Ron. Met him many times. Ron, if you're watching, a lot of respect to you. But Ron McIntosh should be radio. Ron McIntosh. When I'm listening to, that's how impressionable Ron McIntosh is. When I listen to Ron McIntosh, I close my eyes and I'm thinking I'm listening to a 5 Live. So it's, yeah, Ron McIntosh. Without AJ, Matchroom is bust. Well, is what it is. But they've got AJ, so they're not bust. So, LOL, was Matchroom bust before AJ came along? Is it, or does Darren Barker fetch everything back to Chelsea? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm not going down the road of disrespecting Sky. Sky are doing a great job. They're keeping me employed, that's for sure. So they're doing a great job. A long may Sky continue to have the commentary. Long may Adam Smith continue. Long may Darren Barker continue. Long may they all continue. I'm not saying those things. You know, I think they do what they're doing. And as Adam Smith will say, they're giving us the best that Sky could have. So, you know, keep it up. Keep going, Sky. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. I used to love Bunsey, but not so much now. He is like Johnny Nelson. Are you Sam Sexton? Yes, I am. LOL. There's going to he's now retracted his message. They're going to have shows in America every month soon. Fisheye shows are terrible. Linares, Lomas, Saturday mouth-watering. Darren Barker forwarded Chelsea to fun matching business until AJ came along. Chris Mason would kill it on Sky Sport. I think he would do it. I think he'd do a great job on Sky. Actually, Chris Mason do a fantastic job. So, what's the big announcement that Hearn has brewing in the States? I understand that he's going to be promoting a show a month in America, and I think it's going to be under this new ESPN app. That's what I heard. We'll soon find out. Do you think you can beat Tyson Fury? No, but I think you're a troll. Because we know where you're coming from here. So let's see. Hearn has a TV deal in US. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, that's why he only works for ITV4 for Start 2 for Sky. I agree. I love Chris Mason. He's a G. He's a G. I'd love to listen to Abel Sanchez. I remember when they had Peter. You remember when Peter Fury was on Box Nation? That was so funny. They're asking him his opinion on Tom Dallas. I think Peter said he should stick to paint and decorating. I fell out laughing. It was so funny when Peter said that. Chris would get fired on the first night at Sky. Too much reality for them. Yeah, LOL. Yeah, I think Peter was the best. I think Peter and Prince Nazim Hamid. Prince Nazim with his finished, and then Peter Fury with, yeah, you should stick to stick to painting decorating. I'll tell you what fight it was. It was a night that Tom Dallas fought Charles Martin. That was so funny when he said it. Do you think Frank can build Fury to be comfortably the second biggest draw behind AJ? Well, that's going to depend on Fury himself, isn't it? I mean, it's all well and good saying you're making a comeback, and we still don't know who your opponent is. And we don't know what you're going to look like. So, you know, there's a lot of factors in there. The opponents are going to be key because him fighting 4 or 5 warm-up fights, that's not going to help. So the opponents are going to be key for Tyson Fury. Also, the venues are going to be very important. So can Tyson Fury sell out of a venue? That's going to be interesting. So there's a lot of things to be done. But I like the way Tyson's going about that side of things. He seems to be, I think, seems to be a bit more wary of the media, which I think he should have been wary in the beginning. But, I think he's become more wary now. It seems like he's trying to be more politically correct, or if not politically correct, at least try to be a bit more wary of what comes out of his mouth. Cautious is the word. It's good to see it. Dillian White is going to avoid Ortiz like the plague. Will Sky ever have another promoter to provide competition to Matchroom? Who knows? Ward Tennyson was a great fight. Why was it at 6 p.m? Is anyone's guess. Love WTM so much, makes the sport so much better. Well, we do what we can. We do what we can. And of course, once we finalize our move in the studio, it's going to be exciting stuff. It really is. Really is. Has Rigo come out of hiding yet? Because they have a lot of fighters on the card. Easy guess. I think so. I think that's about it for me. I don't think there's much more I have to talk about. Thank you always, as always, for your support. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video, share the video where you can. And that's it, really. It's midnight, so I need to get some sleep. Take care of yourselves and see you soon.